trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick
Morning,
trading
I'm setting everything
podcast
up.
in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
Can't see my special sauce.
Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to
Listen
the
now.
sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
Let me come over here. I think we're good. Hold on. I may have to move that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Moved it up a little bit. Maybe move it over. Maybe make this a little bit larger. Get my notes up in the right place. Morning, Chris. Morning, Scott. Morning, Lewis. Remember, thumbs up. Thumbs up. I gotta get tuned in so I can hit the thumbs up button and see how many people don't hit the thumbs up button. Let's see. We have 14 people. We have 6 likes. So, morning, Troy. Morning, Hunter. Morning, Jacob. Morning, Troy. Morning, everybody. Morning, Scott. Morning, Chris. Yes, no, I saw your note as I was leaving yesterday, Chris, and I forgot to reply before I hit the end broadcast stuff. Let's see. It's trading at 170. I think you're right, because I think that if you look at the weekly, the MACD, the RSI kind of hit 72, 73, and then pulled back a little bit. It didn't quite touch the 200-day at 191, but it got damn close at 186. Oh. I think you traded it well. So what up, Sir Ryan? Josh? Sold my TLT for a loss. I think this next week there's a Fed meeting. We'll get some. We might get a rate cut, but yeah, Snowflake is one of these. I don't agree. Shy is pounding the table on this one, and he's been right more than he has been wrong, but I can't get my head around it. Coke is up 1%. Got a big show for you today, by the way. So there is a lot to go over. I mean, I've got notes out the wazoo. First off, Trendspider relaunched their Black Friday sale exclusively for daily podcast folks. So you have to use my Linktree link up here in order to get to Trendspider. Limited time. It is until December 17th at midnight. December 17th, midnight Eastern time. That is when it goes away. Okay, so that's the first one. We're gonna go over the paid newsletter 2024 predictions that I got right at the end of 2023. I literally did it New Year's Eve, and I explained 8 things I think that I got right. We'll go over all 8. Steve Kress's webinar replay with 2023 and 2024 stocks. Just a masterclass. I mean, go and watch. I watched it again just because I thought I missed so much. Yesterday's performance in the indexes. Costco hits $1,000. Tesla gets an upgrade, and Microsoft in the quant. Palantir valuation is nuts. Value versus growth. We're going to look at that. And what's done well since the top of 2021. Tom Lee thinks we go much higher. MicroStrategy killed it yesterday. Shows you that my algorithm is not perfect because it got you out. So, yeah, it's not perfect. And nuclear is still a thing. Plus, 2024 saw record inflows into ETFs. And so we'll look at the largest inflows. And Eli has a comment about the alpha picks. So, what else, Steph? Steph, I'm not a big defense guy. I mean, that's just, I'm not big on defense stocks, because the ultimate goal of a defense stock is to kill people. It's not defensive, it's offense. So, and that's just a moral thing with me. I don't mind, there is a lot to be said about defense stocks with, it's just never fit my, I would never tell somebody don't invest in it because it's a personal thing. It's kind of like Philip Morris. You can invest in Philip Morris if you want. I particularly won't. Daisy, stop it. Man, there are alarms going off downstairs right now for medication. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like, let's see. We've got Google. We've got Alexa. We've got Siri. There are alarms on all devices set up. I'm sorry, Siri. I didn't mean to call you out. Yeah, and that's why I say, Chris, I think there's a lot of people who have made a lot of good money on defense stocks. So, morning, Mark. I'd never talk anybody out of it. It's kind of like, why does Jim Cramer tell everybody, sell your Bitcoin at a certain price? F you, dude. Let's do some scans. Nothing in the core portfolio. We will look at brokerage holdings. I have to update that too. IGM, which is a great ETF that I hold, tech ETF. Brokerage holdings, Bitcoin and crypto. I think MSTX. This one. Yeah. Yeah. That's where I got scared and sold at 105, and it popped up and hasn't really hit that since. But I mean, look, it's MSTX. Covered call ETFs. These should be named income ETFs. Why is my view so small? Okay, it is actual size. Income ETFs. QQQY. JEPQ. It's kind of, and defense stocks are kind of like the income ETFs. I'm not going to tell somebody, hey, don't invest them because they underperform. If you want income, you need those. PARRBTU. I mean, that's why I say everybody, you need to find your strategy. You need to find your comfort level. You need to find a lot of things. And my comfort level is much different than most. I've learned that. XLC. The communication. Watch list. Let's see. There's got to be a couple. Shark Ninja. And PARR. Let's go to index. We'll go to Dow. Nothing in the Dow. NASDAQ hit an all-time high yesterday. Not the NASDAQ 100, but I think it did hit an all-time high. But the NASDAQ, it's 2,500 stocks, the index. And the S&P. UPS. MasterCard. Mondelez is already in there. That's interesting. Yes. And we'll go. I love the new kind of, they've set it up. By the way, anybody who's wondering, the strategy, if you want to, that's where it is. Okay. It went down there. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I am going to be right back. I'm not going to let you follow me. Okay, I just want to check if I change screens that it's actually changing so that you can see everything. I don't care about the November price. I mean, it seemed to have rocked the futures a little bit, but I don't think it's changed anything. XRP is Ripple. XRP is a cripple. It's a crypto, not a cripple. XRP is a crypto. You're not going to find it on Fidelity. That's why. It's not a stock. It's a crypto. That's why you can't find it on Fidelity. Here, I mean, you can go over, I think it's XRP to USD right there. It's not a stock, it's a crypto. So, and Ripple's have been a good one. I mean, year to date. And you know what? Freaking Seeking Alpha's got something wrong with their website. There is something wrong with Seeking Alpha. 283% year to date. So, Seeking Alpha has been crashing on me. See, it's doing it again. Okay, let me open up some other US ETFs. Record inflows. Nuclear from CNBC. This was a great report. Continue without supporting. I don't care about it. It was a great video if you're interested in nuclear, how they're getting uranium. MicroStrategy killed it. And they're saying it's ready to launch from Trendspider. Dan Ives put out his Christmas list, and he does this every year. 10 Christmas lists for the tech sector. This is Tom Lee talking about digital assets from Michael Saylor, 250,000 next year. Let's see, X.com. Tom Lee just released his forecast, and there's a couple of posts about Tom Lee's forecast. I'll include both of them. Then we have this one from Seeking Alpha, and I need to change the dates on this to 2021, November 1st, and then we'll go to today. Because this is what's interesting. This is a chart of value, IUSV versus growth, IUSG. Since the highs of 2021. And why is this? It's not right. 2021. That's not right. I did the damn thing last night. November 1st, 2024, December 11th, apply. There we go. That's right. You wouldn't have guessed it, but value actually outperformed if you bought it November 2021 because it didn't go down as much. So I thought that was super interesting. We'll look at that graph because as you change the numbers on this, it actually changes as well. Palantir, the valuation is still crazy. It's just nuts. Costco, we did get upgrades from Tesla and Microsoft in the quant. These stocks, Apple, I mean, just can the Mag 7 go higher? Yes. 10 of Bank of America's U.S. option right. APP is one. Google hit an all-time high. Tesla hit an all-time high. We're looking at Tesla. All the chips are basically waiting for Broadcom today, but Broadcom hits an all-time high with Apple. What drove the rally to NASDAQ 20,000 yesterday? We will go over. This is Steve Kress's top 10 stocks of 2024 year-end review. We'll go over that. We'll go over the predictions that I had in this newsletter, where I started exactly, it's the rules. And then I predicted for 2024. It's a paid newsletter, so we'll see how well the paid newsletter actually did. We will go over, this one, because another benefit of the paid newsletter was this particular. I think I'm going to have to pause it. Nope, I guess it's not going to play. This particular one where I have a strategy in here of, hey, it might make sense. The reasons to change it to VOO, your cash position to VOO. And then, yeah, we're going to start out with this. Plans and pricing. Okay. So, 35 people, 18 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Larry. Larry, message me. I don't do anything. Literally with Substack, with the email addresses and the credit card and stuff like that. That is all you guys. I literally, the reason I do my newsletter on Substack is because it literally, I do nothing. I write, and that's all I do. And they take a huge portion of the revenue that I make from there. It's between them and Stripe. And so Stripe does the billing. Substack actually does the integration with Stripe. So part of the reason why I write on Substack is I literally have to, if I wanted to actually make money, I would do it on Beehive. Beehive, you get to, I think they integrate with Stripe, but instead of paying 25%, I think you pay like 10%. But I am less interested in making money. I am more interested in having a platform that is a user experience. And I think Substack provides a better user experience than Beehive does with just a newsletter, because it's more of a social platform. And B, I just, I don't want to do the work. So, morning, Eli. So, Larry, if you have any problems, hit me up. But I think it's a you thing. I think you should still continue to get the paid newsletter. But if anybody has any issues with Substack, just message me. Thanks, Larry. I mean, just honestly, I am a wide open book. I don't hide anything. I got a message from somebody yesterday that signed up for the Seeking Alpha bundle. And he goes, you're a damn good salesman. I don't sell anything. Honestly, these tools that I do, they're the ones that, if the tools weren't so good and I wasn't able to use the tools to actually, make money for myself, I wouldn't be selling them. I mean, I wouldn't be an affiliate. I get approached several times a week from different apps. In fact, one thing that I am going to do for, there are some people that listen to me that don't have the money for a Trendspider or don't have the money for a Seeking Alpha. For years, I was on free tools. And so I'm going to take what I used to use and put it out there, and we'll just do a show with free tools. So I don't want to do it during Black Friday because the deals are too good. That, like, this deal is just, God, advanced, unlimited one-on-one training. Remember yesterday I was promoting $55 for the standard tier, which comes with, you don't get the AI strategy lab. You don't get the unlimited one-on-one training. You don't get a lot of things with the standard. Well, that $55 a month is now for advanced, unlimited one-on-one training. Think about that. Just put it in your head that if you don't understand any of the technical stuff, like you don't know what a MACD is, you don't know how to set up your RSI, you don't know what moving averages to put on your screen or what they mean, you get unlimited one-on-one training with a product expert who can guide you. You might say, why do I want a 9-day on there instead of a 5-day? They might be able to give you something, or they might send you to YouTube and say, you know what? Go and research YouTube and understand that. They may give you ideas. That's what Trendspider is about, and that's what the one-on-one training does. It gives you ideas. And I've gone over it, the past couple of days where you have to realize your own strategy and you have to find your own risk tolerance and blah, blah, blah. That's what the one-on-one training is about. It's about trying to find yourself and your strategy and something that fits you. You can copy mine if you want. I give you the 4-hour algorithm. But I think that one-on-one training is so much better because it's so personal. Morning, Donnie. In fact, I should just go into that rant while I'm recording. But boom, 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 boom. Palantir's down. I mean, there's a lot down. Pepsi's up 1%. Looks like Uber is up 2%. Just when I think I'm going to sell like an Uber or something, it winds up popping. So Palantir's down. Let's see. Nvidia's down at 137. Coca's up 1%. Everything that's been down is just up. Except for Costco. Costco crossed it's at $1,003. That's just nuts to me. I mean, I'm not buying Costco at 50 times earnings. I sold at $8.50. I'm perfectly fine with hanging out until it gets back to a reasonable earnings level. And they may announce earnings, and it might be I bought 2 iPads yesterday. You want to know where I bought them from? Best Buy. They had the best price, and just the process of buying through Best Buy. I've said it before. They've figured out the brick and mortar electronic kind of ordering stuff. So if you can shop and you can get it that day, and a Best Buy is within a drive to you, it just makes sense. I mean, it was like 20 minutes away. So thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, now I'm going to hit record on OBS. I tested everything out, and I think we're good. Good morning. It is Thursday, December 12th. It is Broadcom earnings day. We're not going to go over that. I got a huge show. Buckle up. I'm going to go over the actual agenda right now, just so you're aware. I will go over the Trendspider Black Friday sale. They brought it back just for listeners of this podcast. It is until December 17th. So I will go over that so you can skip ahead if you don't want to hear that. The paid newsletter. I'm going to show you a couple of benefits of the paid newsletter. And I would suggest you wait, because I will show you several publications of the paid newsletter, including a prediction that I made in the middle of November that has turned out to be a great, hey, if you want to do this, you should do this. And I gave reasons why. So I'm going to do that. We will also go over what predictions I had at the end of 2023 for 2024, because I was 8 for 8. I think I'm 8 for 8. You can, I'll load them up here, and you can determine if I was 8 for 8, and then kind of comment and let me know if I wasn't. We will also go over Steve Kress and the link for watching his top stocks of 2024. The top stocks of 2025 is coming out later, but I will include in the newsletter screenshots of 2023 and 2024, so you can see those. 2025, just FYI, you're going to have to sign up for Seeking Alpha, because I'm not allowed to tell you exactly what they are. They will probably be dropped throughout the year, but if you want to actually know what they are, spend the money, get Seeking Alpha, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday's performance, the Dow, everything, the NASDAQ hit 20,000, which is crazy to think about. We'll go over some stocks in there. We'll go over Tesla and Microsoft got an upgrade in the quant. Costco reached $1,000. Palantir's value is still crazy. We will look at a chart. I did a chart, value versus growth since the 2021 peak. It's an interesting one. Tom Lee puts out his 2025 year-end target, and it's crazy. MicroStrategy killed it. Nuclear, ETFs. We'll go over a lot of things. Okay, first thing that I'm going to go over, Trendspider sale. 4 podcast listeners, okay, they have released the Black Friday sale. Yesterday, I was promoting this, that the standard tier was $55 a month, because that's the standard 50% off that you get when you sign up. But the advanced tier is now $55 a month. So you may say, well, I just need the standard. I just want charts. Well, here's the thing. If you don't understand charts, it'll take you a long time to learn this stuff. It'll take you time to set up. What does the advanced bring you for an additional $10 a month? It brings you unlimited one-on-one training. It is down here on the bottom, unlimited one-on-one training. The other thing that Standard does not have is the AI Strategy Lab. And I was on a Zoom call with Jason and the crew that's released today on Trendspider's YouTube channel. It goes over the AI Strategy Lab and how he went about building a Tesla strategy through the AI Strategy Lab. But again, that's $55 a month. It is a limited time. It is only until midnight on December 17th. So how do you sign up for this? Well, you go to my link tree, linktr.ee. It's the holiday special. Save 75% off Trendspider until December 17th. You get all of my algorithms. You will get the 4-hour algorithm. Will get everything. Sign up through this link. And then once you sign up, you email me your confirmation page. Okay, the email is right up here. Email me the confirmation page when you signed up. It's as simple as that. I will take care of you. I will get you through this. And then what you do is Trendspider makes it super easy for you to sign up for unlimited one-on-one trade. You can take, that's 52 weeks. You can take a trading class a week. At 52 weeks, I mean, what's that? 52 classes? It's $1 a month? I don't know. Scary math. Go and figure it out for yourself. But it's unlimited one-on-one trade. And that's the key. You will see how I use Trendspider. You will see how I do it. But again, this is just for the podcast listeners. So use Linktree. Go to Linktree and then email me once you're done signing up. That's the key. This is the last Black Friday sale. It is a holiday sale. The countdown is on. Make sure you are in that one because I don't want you bitching at me that, hey, I missed this one. I wasn't able to get it. Give yourself a Christmas present because this is the present that pays you back. Okay? Most of the time, I got several emails from people who signed up on the Black Friday sale that within a week they made the money back because the 4-hour algorithm made them enough money in MicroStrategy or Tesla or one of those. So again, just look at it, understand what you're getting yourself into, but I would urge you, if you are thinking about it, take the advanced tier. Now, let's talk about this because this was the paid newsletter. I do, just so you know, the newsletter is free during the week. It is free 100% Monday through Friday, and then on Saturdays, I usually do a paid newsletter. It's going to change in the new year. So let's talk about some of the benefits of the paid newsletter. Well, I wrote this one on November 16th, okay? November 16th, I wrote this one. I said, hey, I'm making a change to how I optimize my cash in preparation for 2025. And I made that prediction, and you can read this newsletter. I'll include the link in today's free newsletter so you can go read it. But I said, hey, I'm taking my cash that I have on the sidelines in order to invest, and rather than get the 4% in a high interest yielding account, that's 4% per year. I said, I'm going to take it on Monday. I'm going to take 50% of that cash that I have, which is a significant amount, and I'm going to put it in VOO because I can always trade in and out of VOO, no problem. Okay? VOO in a retirement account, there's no tax event. Even in a regular brokerage account, I can trade in and out of that many times. Well, look at this, okay? As of the close yesterday, and when I did that on Monday, the 16th of November, I'm up 4% in 1 month. Okay, that's 1 month. Remember, the reason I said to do this was because all of the interest rates for high interest yielding accounts are coming down. Well, what happened? I don't think I was the only one that did this. I think a lot of people during that time when the Fed is actually reducing rates and interest rates are coming down, I think they went and they put it into ETFs. And later, we will show you there was a record inflow into ETFs in 2024. So I don't think I'm the only one, but I would urge you, if you are interested in this strategy, go and read this newsletter because I lay it out the reasons. There are several reasons why. This is just another benefit of the paid newsletter. And so now that we're in the holiday season, if you're a listener of this podcast, this newsletter alone in 1 month would have paid for your yearly subscription to the newsletter. Take the money, give me a nice little Christmas present, support the podcast. I don't want your tips. I don't want anything of that sort. What I'd rather see you do is support the podcast by subscribing to the paid newsletter because that tells me that I am actually giving you something back. I'm not just taking a Venmo payment. I'm not doing that. I'd rather give you something back, and the paid newsletter is what I'd rather give you back. So just go to the newsletter, sign up. Here's the thing. I don't care if you use the free version either. The paid newsletter is a way to support the podcast. That's all it is. But as we're going to show, it's also something that gives something back as well. Because like I said, again, 4% in a month. I'll include the chart in the today's free newsletter. But let's go over predictions for 2024, okay? Here's the newsletter. I'm just going to go over it. Number one, the AI train continues to run. It did. It did. I said I think Google, Microsoft, Meta, large language models will all see improvements. I also think NVIDIA and AMD will continue to do great with chip innovation, and even ARM will be a beneficiary. Go and look at the charts of those. You'll see other stocks like AVGO and ones that make the tools that run AI to grow, and don't sleep on the fact that Tesla has a lot of AI, including Dojo. That's it. And I said, if you want AI ETFs, here you go. And I put those in. Okay. Prediction number 2. All-time highs don't mean we don't go higher. I pointed out in the December, it was this 51st week, 13 out of 14 times after hitting all-time high, those markets were up 15% the year after. Super bullish. Don't be afraid of all-time highs. We hit all-time highs yesterday. Okay. It seems scary, but time in the market beats timing the market. Even if you bought at all-time highs in November 2021, you've made your way back as of last year. And I said this, okay? All-time highs don't mean we don't go higher. That was a true one because we continued higher through the year. As people in December of last year, if you remember, everybody was saying, get out of the Mag 7. It's not going to run. We're going to, small caps are going to lead. Small caps didn't lead. I said XLF and financials may be the catch-up trade, and DPST may be a great way to play it. Okay? DPST, just FYI. I wouldn't suggest this, but if you took my advice for some strange reason, DPST was up 47% year to date, and XLF is the second best sector behind communications. Okay? 32% year to date. So, yeah, that's 3 for 3 right there. Number 4, crypto hits a wall and stops the run we've seen. But I said it won't be up 400% in a matter of 1 month. That's what we were seeing at the end of last year. But I point out, by no means am I loading up. But missing out this year on GBTC has got some FOMO in me, and I'll be deploying more into this space. We have seen that the ETFs hit in January and Bitcoin took off. You should have, what I say here, second sentence, you should have exposure, whether it's owning Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or any of the coins. I'm not an expert by any means, but I would rather own the stocks with exposure. I did own GBTC. Just take a look at BTC versus VOO over the 10 years. It wasn't a warning that you should be out of crypto. It is a warning that we weren't going to be up 400%, and we weren't up 400%, but it outpaced the market. And that's just the point. It's not going to hit 400% every year, but it should outpace the market. Now, this one may be a little bit controversial, but when Tom Lee says small and mid-cap stocks will outperform because they benefit from Fed rate cuts, we should listen. The rate cuts didn't come until the second half. This one still hasn't panned out completely, and he's still sticking by his thing. This was easily enough mitigated, but with the fact that you should listen to Tom Lee and we're in a bull market. So did I get it exactly right? We'll call that one maybe a 0.5 out of 500, maybe a half right. This one was 100% right. 100% right. The great 8 are still great investments. Okay, I printed this out, and I'm just going to say this. Apple is up 28% year to date. Amazon is up 51% year to date. Google is up 38% year to date. Meta is up 78% year to date. Microsoft 20% year to date. Netflix 92% year to date. Nvidia 181% year to date. Tesla up 70% year to date. Okay, I say I don't own Tesla. I still hold a good chunk of XLY, which has Tesla exposure, but I'm reluctant to put more money into Tesla this year. That was a mistake. They were up 129% the year before. They're up 70% again. So again, I say the Great 8 is still a great investment. Will it be for 2025? I'll go into more of that in my 2025 predictions. Inverse ETFs will continue to provide the best way to short the market or even individual stocks. And yes, this was the best way to do that. And it didn't offer you a ton of opportunities, but to trade it, yes. If you wanted some July, when we hit those highs and we pulled back into the month of August, SQQQ, great play. KOLD during the time when natural gas just couldn't find a fitting. That was a great play. When the VIX hit 65, and you want to see SVIX or SVIXY was a great play. Inverse ETFs are a great opportunity. Now, 8, old energy and oil will lag in 2024, but will provide a decent trade opportunity. Solar and renewables are back in play. I said this, it wasn't true. I got out of solar, I think in February. I realized it, just threw in the towel. I didn't think they were coming back. But I will tell you, MPLX, great investment over the year. Great investment over the year. So it was probably one of the only investments in energy that actually made sense. So that one was right. So if you go down all of those, yes, I believe I was right. I believe I was right. Now, here is Steve Kress's year-end review in 2024. And I'll put up here, this is the
return for a 2023.
That's the top stocks in 2023. I'll put that one up there in the newsletter. And then you have, let's see, 2024, top stocks in 2024. I'll put this in the newsletter as well. If you have the opportunity, go and watch this particular webinar. It is great. It is in Seeking Alpha. I will include the link for you. There are a couple of great stocks that actually killed it this year. There is only one stock in both years, one for 2024 and one for 2025, that actually wound up negative. He was 9 for 10, including AppLovin. He put AppLovin. AppLovin was up 907% if you bought it January 1st. That's what's amazing. And again, this is the quant. And you want access to this? Go to Linktree right now, okay? linktr.ee. You can get the bundle. The bundle, you save $159 off the bundle. And that's a great price. But if you just want the quant, you can get a free 7-day trial. I would urge you, go to the Linktree, okay? The second one is the bundle. The third one is the Seeking Alpha Premium. That's what comes with a free 7-day trial, just to watch this video. You should just watch this video with a 7-day trial. He is a master at showing you how the quant values stocks, and he takes you through the entire website. And it's just like watching a master at work. He takes you through and he says, this is why we picked this one. This is why we picked this one. This is why we picked this one. The 2025 top stocks, they are coming out soon. So again, I would urge you that Seeking Alpha is the best tool out there. And if you just you don't want to do all the research, it's Alpha Picks. That's what comes in the bundle. It's a pick on the 1st, a pick on the 15th. This portfolio has killed it. 2 stocks per month. They tell you when to sell. In fact, I got, coming up later in the social request, we'll go over why Eli paper traded the Alpha Pick stocks and was up 10% yesterday. In a paper account. He's like, why didn't I just buy this in my regular account and F the actual research? I should have just bought it. Again, that's what Alpha Picks can do. So go and watch this one. That was a great one. Now we're going to talk about yesterday's performance. This was pretty interesting, and I'll show you just a little thing. If you want to see the top movers in a day, just go over to FinViz. I mean, again, this is free for everybody. And you can take the index and let's just look at the Dow. You pull up the Dow and then you pull up the change. And look, United Healthcare is the biggest loser of the day. That was why the stock market, the Dow couldn't gain traction. There were only a couple of stocks that were actually positive in the day yesterday in the Dow. There was Nvidia, Nike, Amazon, Salesforce, Goldman Sachs, Microsoft. But there was a large amount of negative in the Dow. And so then you could change this to the NASDAQ. and say, okay, what were the biggest winners in the NASDAQ? It was Broadcom, Tesla, Alphabet, AppLovin, CrowdStrike. Okay? Then you go and change this over here. What were the losers? It was Supermicro, Pepsi, IDXX, Monster Beverage, CSX. That's how you can use FinViz. Now, what I want to address here is behind the monster rally that drove yesterday's thing. It was big, large cap tech. And remember, they make a good point down here. When analysts and journalists refer to NASDAQ, they mean the NASDAQ composite and not the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ 100 is QQQ. The difference between the two is that the NASDAQ composite measures the change in more than 2,500 stocks listed on the exchange, while the NASDAQ 100 is just a market cap weighted index of the 100 largest non-financial companies in the index. Both track domestic and international firms compared to popular indexes like the Dow, which only measures the largest American companies. So again, that was behind it. The best performers on the NASDAQ, which closed over $20,000, we can go and look at QQQ. Where are we on QQQ? We're trading at 529 and pre-market you're at 527. Still as confirmation. Algorithm got you in here at 508. We talked about the 4-hour algorithm. It is a great place to find entries because I do believe QQQ is one of those stocks that you just continually add to. And when you get to peaks and when you see on something like a weekly where we're heading into a little bit of a downturn like this 2021 to 2022, you could see the MACD just never recovered. It got to the oscillator. If you cut out when the MACD got to the oscillator, you got out at what, 340? It went down to 260. And if you just got back in when the MACD crossed back up, you got back in at 260. So again, I would urge you, the 4-hour algorithm is a great way to find that. But what were the big ones yesterday? We can look at it. Apple was working with Broadcom. Broadcom was up 6%. Apple wound up 0.15. Apple was way up at the beginning of the day. It hit 52-week high. It hit an all-time high and then kind of pulled back from that 250 mark. Let's see. Where did Apple wind up? Apple yesterday's day range was 250. 250.80, hit an all-time high. So that's the first one. That kind of led to the rally. Then Tesla. I mean, again, there were just a few that didn't have all-time highs. And that was Apple had hit an all-time high this year. Tesla had not hit an all-time high this year. And Google had not hit an all-time high this year. Okay, Tesla blows past its closing high from 3 years ago. It finally got past there. It closed at 424. Now, Google closed at its all-time high as well, 196, as they launched Gemini 2, heating up the rivalry with OpenAI. And we know what Google did with the freaking quantum computing. And what I'm reading more of, by the way, is that was a lot of headline stuff. But again, you want to be in these stocks because those headlines and those marketing things, it drives the stocks higher. And so then you look, AppLovin. We talked about AppLovin up 5%. It is one of the top 10 Bank of America U.S. options ideas. Okay. The strike call at 350, call and dividend premium 7.7, call away 9.9%. I have no idea what that means. It's a good article. I ain't playing options. You can go and play options all you want. AppLovin is up 5%. What's another one that was up 5%? CrowdStrike was up 5%. By the way, just so you're aware, AVGO, Tesla, Google, AppLovin, and CrowdStrike, which I just went over, which drove the rally, I own each and every one of those stocks. Now, for the S&P, if we looked at the S&P, those stocks were included in the top winners. EQT and GEV, both up about 5-6%. They were stocks that drove the rally too. So with Apple, Tesla, and Google reaching all-time highs yesterday, just on Wednesday, the Mag 7, each of the Mag 7s, and even the Grade 8, because you could do Netflix as well, all of them have reached new all-time highs this year. This is after last year, and even in the middle of the year, where everyone was screaming, small cap, you've got to get into small caps. What's driving the second half of this market? It's the Mag 7. And can these go higher? Absolutely. Look at what Gene Munster wrote about Apple. Everybody's saying, I even said, I don't want to buy Apple at 30 times forward earnings. It has continued to run. And here's why I believe it continues to make a good run. The company is improving their AI recipe with reports last week that they're working on an AI accelerator chip with Broadcom. That's important because it indicates Apple wants their own proprietary AI infrastructure. Separately, Apple rolled out a ChatGPT integration in the US. iPhone estimates for full year are likely too low. Currently, analysts expect 3% growth next year compared to 5.5% in September quarter. Putting this together, I believe the company can earn $9 in 2026 compared to the street at $8.25. If the market continues to believe Apple's top-line growth will accelerate over the next 8 quarters, the multiple should increase. This is why I just don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to buy it, but I've already built up my position. I continue to say buy and hold is your best friend in some of these things. Now, I got an email too. Tesla, if we go over here to Seeking Alpha and we look at Tesla got an upgrade in the quant, and you can go over here in the quant and look. Now, I think it's going to open up with a quant of a hold. Yeah, it got upgraded to a hold. And Seeking Alpha's I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this, but Seeking Alpha's website has been kind of a little choppy to me for some reason. And it's since they launched the Versatile Analyst report that I get a little clunkiness in here, and sometimes it tells me that it can't complete the action. But like this one, yeah. God, well, it got upgraded to a quant. I'd show you the whole history. Yeah, we can look at the quant history if it comes down. I don't think it's my internet. I think it's the actual website, to be honest with you. But yeah, Apple, Tesla, we can look at Tesla and Microsoft both got upgraded. Microsoft's now a buy. Now, Costco is at $1,000. This is in the core portfolio. It crossed $1,000. You can see I got out at like $8.50, somewhere around here. I never got back in, even though the algorithm should have told me to get back in. I just never did. On the weekly, you can see we're still in that trend line up. And you can see the 4-hour just got you in here at 888, and it's continuing up. And you have confirmation. It's at 1,000. The MACD is at crazy high. Am I buying into this one? No. Am I selling it? I don't own it. So Palantir, their valuation is insane. But Trendspider points out on their chart, it's insane to think that buying Palantir at $71 today carries the same PE ratio as buying it at $7 in February of 2023. That is a 10 times move. So if you put $1,000, okay, you put $1,000 into Palantir in February 2023 at $7, I was the one screaming, you're crazy. The forward PE is 151. But you're now sitting pretty a couple of years later with $10,000 from that $1,000. It's crazy to think about. Crazy. I don't like the valuation. I don't trust it. I'm not in it. Am I going to get into it? If it pulls back, I really, really like their CEO. Now, this was interesting because I wanted to take a look. I've been doing some research on YouTube, and I urge you to get YouTube and do research on stocks and stuff like that. You don't listen to a douche on the internet, but you do your own research and understand this. And I was seeing a lot of people were saying, hey, value is outperformed, blah, blah, blah. So I went back to November 1st, 2021, which was, remember, that was before the 40% 2022 move down in the growth stocks, the big large cap tech. And so I went to Seeking Alpha and I said, okay, let me look at this because IUSV, which is the value iShares ETF, versus IUSG, which is the iShares growth ETF. And if you look at this and you bring it back, I'm going to post this in the newsletter, but growth is up 29%. Okay. And that's just since 11/1/2021. Well, IUSV value is up the same amount. Now, VOO is up 32%. If we were to go year to date on those, just year to date, growth is up 36%. IUSV is up 14%. Timing does matter. And again, growth up 38%. VOO is just up 27%. So timing matters. Getting yourself in and out of these things, it does help. I am definitely a buy and hold guy, but I thought that was super, super interesting. And you know what else is super, super interesting? Tom Lee. Again, one of the predictions was, hey, listen to Tom Lee. He's usually right. Tom Lee thinks the S&P will hit 7,000 by mid-2025. That means SPY at $700, okay? SPY at $700. It is trading today at 606. And he thinks it's going to hit there in mid-2025. He also thinks that we see a pullback in mid-2025 to about 6,600, and then we start to see it take off again. I like that. For 2025, he's sticking with IWM and small caps. He's sticking with financials, and he's sticking with Bitcoin with a $250,000 price target. And yes, this is crazy. This is the craziness that we have ahead, because Tom Lee is saying, yeah, it's all out there. It is what it is. Dan Ives is, here's Tom Lee. Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy yesterday posted this. This was Tom Lee saying, yeah, we're going to hit $250,000 in Bitcoin. And you know who's buying all the Bitcoin? It's Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. We'll go over that one in a second. But before we go over that, I want to point out Dan Ives' Christmas list for the top 10. Read this, because I think it's a 10 list for the tech sector in 2025. It's going to be a big year for the tech sector. I'm big on tech. I am in large cap tech. That's where my portfolio is staying. That's where I've made my money. You may feel a little bit different, but read this list, because I think it does point out there are huge opportunities with large cap tech. I want to also point out my 4-hour algorithm does really well. It got you out of MicroStrategy, and what Trendspider's pointing out here is that MicroStrategy, this is the squeeze indicator that they have. Usually when it gets down there, that means a squeeze is coming and it's going to shoot up. Okay, that's usually what that means when it gets down here and it's going to squeeze up. If we look at the 4-hour algorithm, the 4-hour algorithm got you out of MicroStrategy, okay? But it soared up yesterday. It's at 410. Remember, it got you out at like 386, and then it went down to 372, 360 something. Got you out with a 192% gain. Look at how the MACD has reset. Look at how the RSI has come down to reasonable levels for this stock at 58. Look at how it's reset. You go and look at a weekly. Again, it's a little crazy on the weekly. So could it reset more? Yes. But what's interesting today is in the scans, we get an entry in MSTX. MSTX is a 2 times levered MicroStrategy ETF, and that's trading at 107. And it got you an entry yesterday's afternoon candle at 107. I think that's an interesting one. So just interesting, pointing it out. I will probably be getting back into this trade. I'll usually post my trades a couple of days later or afterwards, whatever. Do not listen to me. Use the 4-hour algorithm at your will. Now, I thought this was a great report from Pippa Stevens. She was in a uranium mine yesterday. It is a great video. It is amazing to see how they get uranium out, because remember, this is radioactive shit. These are workers who are literally pulling out radioactive shit from the earth. And I thought it was amazing. The Cameco CEO was interviewed on here. Don't forget it. Nuclear is still a great play. It is still a great play. And I talked about this year, using ETFs, how I said use ETFs for your leverage and things. US ETFs notched new record as inflows crossed $1 trillion this year. $1 trillion went into ETFs this year. I thought the biggest point of this was the top 3 new ETFs of assets. IBIT, 48 billion. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, 20 billion. Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund, FBTC, 19 billion. Okay? That is the largest inflow of money into ETFs. So if you want to look at that, that's great. Now, Eli pointed out yesterday, and I'm going to point this out to everybody, and I'm just going to read his letter. As my never-ending journey of trying to better my strategy, I wanted to test out the buy and hold strategy from Seeking Alpha. It's Alpha Picks before I pulled the trigger on at the beginning of the year. So I'm doing paper trading in Webull. And if you don't have a Webull account, again, I would urge you go over to the link tree to hit this link and just get some free stocks. Webull is the greatest tool to test things out, do paper trading. It is also my sports betting account. I love pulling up stocks. I think I'm at like 11,200 after yesterday's Bitcoin rally. Let's see. We're going to do a live look-in at Webull. My Webull account is at 11,084. And that's with the pullback because we're now at 936. So it's down today. But that Webull account right there, it's just the best thing. Go and get yourself some free stocks. So he says, this is where I am today. And yes, he was paper trading. He put the entire portfolio, the entire Alpha Picks portfolio into Webull. He's up 9.9% as of yesterday. That's just in a day. There's a lot to be said on that portfolio. Now, this is not to say that it will remain this way, but today was a good day. So will I watch it over the month of December and see where I land and will buy come out the 15th? He thinks paper trading is a great way to test the strategy. Understand that I only bought $75,000 worth, and the other $25,000 I'm planning on the 4-hour and 65-minute algorithm. He added a screenshot of where I am sitting, a lot of winners and some losers. And that's the great thing about Alpha Picks is because it's a weighted portfolio and you actually, it's not you're buying one share of this and 2 shares of this. You're actually weighting the portfolio. And you can do it all in Webull if you want. I did it in Fidelity. You can't do it in Schwab because you have to buy whole shares in Schwab. This is why I love Fidelity. So if you want an introduction to my money manager at Fidelity, Stewart, he's my financial advisor. He's fantastic. Just message me. But again, Eli is pointing out how good Alpha Picks is. And Alpha Picks, again, look at the performance, 174% during the same time period. The S&P is up 59%. They 3 times the S&P. That is unbelievable. And with my coupon, you get $50 off. It's the fourth link down here. Okay, Alpha Picks. If you want the bundle, and I suggest, you saw how the top stocks, you'll see how this I'll post them in the newsletter. But the top stocks and the quant stocks, if you want those along with Alpha Picks, you need premium and Alpha Picks, and that's the bundle. But if you just want the top stocks, get premium. So the scans for today, interesting ones. The one interesting one that I thought was good, again, we went over MSTX, but a spider sector, communication sector, XLC. This is one where the algorithm got you in here at 85. You were at 102. It got you in September at 85. That is a phenomenal performance. The algorithm wins 55% of the time in this strategy. So it wins a really good amount of times. And I would say if you're interested in the communication sector, just buy it and hold it. And look for it at the 4-hour algorithm as looking to buy the dip. And that's what it is. Okay, that's the entire show. I went over a lot. It's about an hour. It's a long-ass time. So if you have any questions, you can hit me up. I think it's only 36 minutes, to be honest with you. But if you have any questions, I would urge you to reach out to me. My email's open. You can join our private Facebook group up here. You can join, follow me on X. You can follow me on Twitter, Twatter, whatever. YouTube's up there if you're listening on Spotify. Remember, all of this is video. And I would urge you, if you wanted to support the podcast, the newsletter is free. Sign up for the newsletter. And if you like the writing that I do and you follow the podcast, consider just supporting the podcast by buying the paid newsletter. Consider it a Christmas gift to yourself, because I do think that you could make the money back if you follow the strategy. Again, the newsletter is not pushing the buy button for you. Alpha Picks isn't pushing the buy button for you. The 4-hour algorithm, unless you launch it as a bot, is not pushing the buy button for you. This is you making your own decisions. And that's what the entire newsletter, the entire podcast is about. It's about empowering you to make your own decisions to either lose or win. Most of the time, I do guide you into the strategy of winning. But I can't, if you're not beating VOO, you're not either you're not listening or you're not doing the right things. You have to measure yourself against those ETFs, because just buying those ETFs like VOO and QQQ, That is a super simple strategy. The other simple strategy, buying alpha picks and just letting them do it. So if you're listening and you want to learn about how to do this, I would urge you, the paid newsletter is a good one, but find the tools first. The paid newsletter, I don't believe is a tool. I believe it's just like a crutch. The tools are a good charting program, a good fundamental program, and then somebody to guide you on, okay, how do I put together a portfolio? And that's what Alpha Picks is. It's the only one that I've found that is actually worthwhile. And that's why I'm an affiliate. I got an email from a guy yesterday who said, hey, I bought the Seeking Alpha bundle, and you're just such a good salesman. I'm not a good salesman. The tools are the sales. That's it. If I were a good salesman, I'd have my own freaking white label tools. I'd have my own ETF. I'd have my own stuff. I don't have my own stuff. I'm an affiliate of these. I use these to manage my own portfolio. And yes, I've been successful, super successful with it. So I think most people would want to be retired like I am at 48. I'm 54 now, so it's been a while since I retired. But again, I think a lot of people would want to be retired. So it is what it is. Have a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow. If you have any questions, again, just feel free to reach out to me. Okay, say bye. I think it was only 40 minutes. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let me put this into a movie. I'm getting some texts. Okay. I hear you, okay. And yes, the medical alarms that were going off. Let's see. There were 2 Siri alarms going off, one on the iPad, one on the iPhone. There was an oven alarm going off. There was a Alexa app that was saying there were 2 alarms going off. So it's part of being I'm in a household with a couple of 80-year-olds, so that's what you get. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. Okay. Let's see. We're going to colorize this one, and then I'm going to get to your questions. 9:43. I should be downstairs, but I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay. Okay. And I know I'm going to get complaints. You're selling too much. You're selling too much. Well, those sales are paying for some kids' colleges around that listen to me. I know that. And we're going to export file. And we're going to say 1212 pod. Save. Okay, let's see your comments. Morning, Donnie. Morning, Nathaniel. Food inflation up. Morning, no invest. Moneza, what's your view on Dell? It's been down. So I like Dell is one that, in my mind, I think you just buy and hold it, to be honest with you. It has broken down from that upward trend line, and it's been trading sideways. But look at that weekly, how it kind of reset itself. I'm just buying and holding. I'm in at 113, I think, which is back here, and I should have sold at that 160. But I'm just buying and holding. So I don't think it's a bad one at all. The problem has been the I think it's the PC version, the PC division, which has been the problem. It's a hold in the quant. Wall Street actually thinks, I think their price target's like 130 something. Let's see. God, and Seeking Alpha. Hold on. We got to open up a no. SeekingAlpha.com. I don't know if it's my internet or what. I don't think it's my internet because everything else seems to be working fine. Let me see. Okay. I don't think, maybe it's my ad blocker. Maybe that's it. Let's see what, maybe that's it. Maybe it's the ad blocker. No, it's a little bit. Come on. I know this stuff's available. Maybe I have to delete my cookies and stuff. Let's see, 151, so 27% upside. And they have chased it up a little bit when it got up here. They have chased it up, but I don't think the valuation is horrible. The revisions, it was a C minus. I think they have 25 analysts that cover it. For me, Dell just replaces the SMCI. So that's the way I look at it, Moneza. Omar. My name is Gary, not Google. Is there a nuclear ETF that I can buy on Fidelity? Let's see. There you go. There is no single ETF focusly sold on the nuclear, but you can do NLR, URA. So there you go. I mean, that's Omar. I'm not an expert in this stuff, so I would use the tools that you have available to you, which is AI and things of that sort, to try and find that. Oh, that basket portfolio is interesting, JM. I like, and that basket portfolio, actually, you bring up a good point. So the way the basket portfolio works is you can set a percentage in the portfolio of a certain stock, and it will buy and sell based on that thing. I think it buys and sells based on that, but it rebalances at the end of each day, kind of thing. It's an interesting thing, and it works perfectly with Alpha Picks. It's just a matter of setting it up. I can't imagine my videos help you work out, Eli. Yeah, I am hustling, Troy. I'm not hustling every day. Here's the thing, Troy. And this is my retirement. And the reason this is my retirement, this is the shit that I would be doing for myself every day. Now, the podcast and editing and that stuff, it takes away from my trading. And so I don't make money trading. I would make far more money if I didn't do this podcast. Far more. We're in a bull market. Don't tell me that I can't make money in a bull market, because I know I can. And that's the difference, is the podcast. When I say support me, it's a little money under the table that helps me make it. And just full disclosure, this year, I think I'll make about $120,000 from the podcast. So it's not a horrible business to be in. But when you put an hourly wage on me, I'd make far more money trading, because I'd be working far fewer hours and making more money. So, I'm going to write to Seeking Alpha. Yeah, Copilot's good too. Yeah, Reddit's been a great stock. Let me see. I'm going to check my own personal portfolio. Let's see the big portfolio in Fidelity. I think I'm going to be down today big. Oh, it's not bad. I'm down 0.34%. The Dow's up. I think I'm going to write to here. I'm going to write to Seeking Alpha. Let's see. Where's the contact us? Account, create a profile, privacy, alert preferences, subscriptions, free newsletters, investing groups, learn. They have great stuff down here, by the way, in the Learn. If you haven't been down to this section, it's really, really good. Long ideas, earnings, calendars, market data, analysis, support. Contact us. There it is. Contact us. Contact support. There we go. I'm going to say, Gary, Ooh, let's see. Daily stock pick 3@gmail.com. Header, slow response with errors. Past week. Starting extremely slow in response. Had several times I can't do a file. Category. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I hope you didn't see my phone number, but there we go. Thank you for contacting support. So I just wrote to support. I noticed that the other day, I think it was like Tuesday, I noticed I was getting a lot of problems with it. Let me see. Reddit on the 65-minute. Reddit's just one of those stocks. I don't trust it yet. I still don't trust it. I mean, at least it's got the 200 on the 4 hour. I don't think it. Yeah, it doesn't have anything on the weekly. But I mean, God, the 4 hour got you in at 60, and we're at 170. Oof. Now let's see the 65-minute algo. Let's see how this one back tests a little bit. I mean, it constantly gets you in and out, it looks like. That's a lot of work for 120% over 8 months, where you're buying and holding and making 320%. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see a clear. That one's not bad. That's a MACD strategy on the daily. This is a VWAP strategy. That over 8 months makes you 190%. Just got you out with a 3% gain. That's a volume weighted average price strategy that I have. This is a that's only one position, so that's not going to work. This one's probably going to get you in and out. Yeah, this one's not bad. 252 versus 229. This is the strategy, just so you know, Eli, it is getting in when the 8 day crosses the 21, and it gets out when the 8 day crosses the 21. simple strategy. I mean, you can see right here, it's just on the daily. So it got you in at 47, got you out with a 32% gain, got you in here at 59, got you out with a 3% loss, got you in at 60. I mean, that's a simple strategy. So I would urge you guys to have a ton of strategies in here that would work. That one's a weekly, and we just don't have enough weekly candles for that one. Let's see this one. This is an RSI strategy that it only has one position because that one's just been a crazy good one. Let's see. We don't have a 50-day on the weekly on that one, so that one's not going to work. This is an interesting one. It's a 30-minute candle. Nah, it doesn't work real well. So I think that 821 strategy that I just told you about. Let me see the 1040 SMA. That one does. 821 seems to be pretty good. Here, and if you want this strategy, share. I think I include it and stuff, but here you go, Eli. Wah, wah. Paste. Oh, why can't I? Hold on, I gotta put it. Oh. Why is it? Hold on. Share this strategy. Okay. Copy. Paste. There we go. Boom. There's the strategy. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Now you can use that to your, that's the great thing about Trendspider. You can share strategies. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Okay. I should have had you set it up by yourself, but you're a data guy. You know this stuff. Am I frozen? Oh, no. I'm not frozen, just my screen. I had stopped my screen. Okay, I got to go do a thumbnail. It is 10 o'clock. I will see you guys tomorrow. Say it, bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.